I like that line, "It's a John Baldessari world." It could be a tune.
To me, he was just like this kind of mythical creature.
This giant, lanky guy with the snow-white hair and beard.
We were all sort of playing with tinker toys, and John was onto rocket ships. I mean, we were running on fumes, and John's running on nitroglycerin.
All important art is an assault against art, and that's what he does.
I met John in the late 60s, and he did not have a gallery in New York at the time. And he showed me the word paintings. I must say that it was a surprise. It was so radical at the time.
In the 1950s, people were only painting abstract expressionist paintings. There was hardly a space to fit in there. So you've got to make your own world or invent your own future.
Very often, if you're not part of the mainstream, you don't know that you're doing the wrong thing. And after you've done the wrong thing well for so long, it becomes the right thing.
We all were aware that we were witnessing something new being invented, some new currency was being minted.
It seems simple on the surface, but you see behind it all the thought patterns.
Well, if I don't like this person's face, I can always put a circle on it.
I had a bunch of old 8x10s. They came from the old editions of the LA Times, and I just had them lying around in my studio. And I had these price stickers on the same table one day, and I just put them over all the faces. And then, then they just became roles, suits.
He's done something that's really tremendous, which has changed the way that we think about things. As soon as something's very serious, he'll see the thing that's complete opposite. So it's about the contrast. Makes you question what you're even thinking in that moment.
There is enormous gravitas in being very light.
It's unique because there's humor in it, and there's humor in it in a very different way.
Humor in art was considered to be almost taboo.
He always had incredible jokes. What's green and goes up and down? A pea in an elevator.
When you walk through a large exhibition of John's, you have an ability in understanding the complexity of the way that he's not only depicting the world, but also allowing you to laugh at its depiction.
It was the world that we all saw, but no one thought it was an art material until John got his hands on it.
You hope your art is a surrogate for teaching, and I guess what I hope my work is saying is do what I'm trying to do here, Yeah, I guess that's it.
John didn't really teach per se. John taught by example, and he showed what it's like to be an artist.
When I was a student, I was so excited. I thought he would ask me to work for him, like a studio assistant and learning from him and so on. And then he came to my studio and he said, I just bought a dog and I need a dog walker. And I was really crushed by it. I asked one of my classmates what to do. My classmate said, whatever John wants, you do it. And then I became John's dog walker. The best decision of my life.
John is a real community guy. He has an incredible, profound influence on education.
Anything from design to filmmaking. I can't think of something that he might not have influenced at this point.
The best evidence of a man of wisdom is his capacity for joy. That's John.
This is what John Baldessari does. Pure beauty.
Bingo.